One of the things in relationships that tend to be overlooked is how relationships tend to start to break apart. You'll notice that in relationships, the first thing to go, and I'm sorry to say this, ladies, it's always the point of where as though y'all feelings start to feel like y'all want to find yourselves. But this is the part about life that men have to learn. When a woman really says that she wants to find herself, you have to leave her alone. It's not the part that you allow her to go find herself. That's not what you do. When she says she needs to go find herself, that's your time for you to reevaluate your life and say it's time for you to move on. There's no such thing as reevaluate and look and see what the world gives you outside of the relationship that you already had. You think you're going to be able to find better. So the thing is to put you on the back burner so while they try to find themselves, which means they're trying to find a better option. I've been there before. I didn't see it a lot. I didn't go through it a lot, but I seen it before. And I see a lot of dudes starting to feel this type of energy. And you get some that don't know how to move forward because their life existed around the person that they was with. And this is the sad part about reality when it's time for people to move on. Mind you, not mentioning names, 'cause I don't want nobody to feel some type of way, but I'm gonna just say this. I know someone that used to be in a relationship for a long time and they just could not leave the person alone. But eventually something clicked. And when that something clicked, eventually they was like, yo, they bounce. And then all of a sudden, when they bounce, months later, female tried to come back. I don't know what it is when people want to break apart and then next thing you know, they want to find themselves. Like you see it a lot in women. Men, no offense, we might do our thing too, but right now this is about. I like this story right here because this paints a picture of a real reality for a lot of people.
The internet is down. Did you forget the bill?
I didn't forget. I just took my name off the account.
You what? I have a deadline tonight, Leo. Why wouldn't you tell me?
I mentioned it last Tuesday. You were wearing your headphones.
So you just let it cut off to prove a point?
To simplify, I'm using a hotspot now. It's more reliable for what I need.
This is petty, even for you. We agreed to be adults about this.
We agreed to be roommates. Roommates don't pay for each other's connection to the world.
The coffee is gone. Again.
I noticed.
And? Are you waiting for me to beg? I know you have a stash in your room. I smelled it.
It's not a stash, Maya. It's mine.
We've shared everything for 3 years. Every meal, every cup, every secret. Now you're locking away beans?
We shared everything when we were building a life. We aren't building anymore. We're just occupying the same square footage.
You're being cruel. You're punishing me for wanting to be honest about my feelings.
I'm not punishing you. I'm respecting your boundaries. You said you wanted to feel untethered. This is what the ground feels like when you cut the rope.
Who is she?
Move, Maya. I have to get ready.
I saw the notification on your phone. Sarah, you're seeing someone already?
That's a strange question to ask a friend.
Don't use that tone with me. You're doing this to hurt me. You're moving on so fast, it's like I never existed.
Now, this is the part of life that you'll realize that when it's time to move on, and you realize that as a person that needs to move on, you'll notice that somebody in that relationship is going to start to feel some type of way because they're like, yo, why are you able to find happiness somewhere? They don't really know what's going on in your head, but at the same time, they're like, yo, why are you trying to find happiness? I went through this. When I separated, being in a marriage, I was not depressed, not one bit. And one of the reasons why I was never depressed because I wanted my peace again. See, this is the thing too that I find it hard for. I'm gonna say for the fellas. Now, this is where I say to the fellas why being raised around a bunch of women is stagnating a bunch of men. I'm telling you for a fact. I seen it because it almost happened with me. Men gotta stop moving in with their girls and stop letting women move in with you. Men need to build their own foundation. Build by moving in a spot, your own apartment, wherever you want to be at. Comfortable, though. Make a spot that's comfortable for you. Don't get a spot that's dope for you, and it's like, yo, the girl's gonna love this. Dog, you're already going backwards. You're already going backwards. Is the spot good for you? If you look at the world we live in today, you will notice that a lot of people out here broke. You got a lot of women out here that's broke. You got a lot of men out here that's broke. It's no thing of men got money, women don't, or women got money, men don't. No. We all in the same boat. Most of us. Some of us might have a little bit more than the other. But that does not mean that just because you have a couple of dollars that you need to be splurging it on somebody because they in need. That's the problem today. It's easy to be out here and be bothered by somebody when you're useful to them. If you look at this first clip in the beginning, you notice that she complained about the cable, the internet. He said, I turned it off. And I told you I was turning it off. She thought she was going to get the benefits of still being in a relationship. It's the same thing as leaving somebody alone, but you no longer giving them no action no more, but you still want to benefit off of the price of their pockets. Man, and look, I'll tell you right now from experience, like right now, I'm in my own crib right now. Always bought my own crib. I'm glad that I always did that, because one thing you don't want to do, I don't care. This goes to men and women. No one wants to be out on the street because they under somebody else's roof. You want to acquire your own stuff, so when things do get bad, get crazy, you able to have your place that you can lay down in. Peace is everything.
You're the one who ended it. You don't get to curate my morning, period.
You're supposed to be sad. You're supposed to be trying to fix us.
I tried for 6 months while you found yourself. I'm done being your safety net while you practice jumping.
The shelf in the closet fell. Everything is on the floor. Can you please just help me for 5 minutes?
I can't. I'm headed out in 10.
To see her? You'd rather go see some stranger than help me fix the home we built?
This isn't a home. It's a rental, and you aren't my partner. You're a person I share a lease with.
You're a monster. You've turned into a machine.
No, I just stopped being an option. You wanted a version of me that didn't have a claim on you. Well, here he is. He doesn't have a claim on your problems either.
I hate you.
That's the first honest thing you've said to me in a year. It's a start.
And you know what's sad? You notice that the more you do for people, they take you for granted. But the sad part about reality is that they take you for granted until you stop. Then you wake up. A lot of us been there before. A lot of us. This is why I don't like when people come across, how can I put it? I don't like it when people out here giving people a perspective of life and they never really been through nothing or lived through nothing. Or they giving advice from bitterness. For instance, I listen to a dude, MTR. I love listening to his commentating and whatnot. I love listening to him. I also listen to Kevin Samuels. Do I follow everything that they would say? No. Because I done lived enough, had enough experiences, been in enough relationships, been around enough women, had enough relationships to understand how women think and how they operate. But the one thing that made me wake up and realize, I already knew this, but it made me realize that the dudes that talk don't really preach the things that they live. I watch Coach Greg. Love his content. But when I see him turn on MTR, when MTR didn't do anything to him, I said to myself, this is what happens when a person is down. They come from bitterness. They come from a marriage where the person end up trying to violate them, exclude them from the kids, where he had to go to court over child custody and child support and whatnot. Coach Greg did. And to see his story, and then all of a sudden start talking bad about the dude MTR. It made no sense. And then you literally stoop that low below to say he walking around here with one nut. Knowing dude went through cancer, lost his dad. I said to myself, this is just how bad life gets when it comes to men and women. They will stoop so low, become a problem of just being bitter for no reason, especially when nobody's bothering them. It's the same thing how women do. What Coach Greg did to MTR is the same thing how women operate. When you stop giving that energy, and I'm not the guy that's gonna be like, oh, don't give women energy. No, you give people the energy that deserve it. But also, it's the same thing with women. If a guy's not giving you that type of energy, leave him alone. But as we know, men and women don't think they don't think the same. We don't act the same. We don't dissect information. We don't gather information the same. You can hear a story. And I know this for a fact because I said something to my girl today about something. And all she heard was a part of it. And say, but why you think when men would do that? I stopped her. I said, hold up. You about to talk about that? Did you hear what I actually said in the beginning? She said, I heard what you said. She said, but I was curious, like, why do you think men think that way? I say, hold up. I'm going to tell you the question I asked her. I said, did you see the thing on LeBron talking about at 40 years old, he cannot see a stay-at-home wife at 40? All she heard was LeBron James could never have a stay-at-home wife. So all she heard was that and was like, well, why would he say that? And his wife been raising the kids. I was like, hold up. I said, did you hear what I said at the beginning? I said it the second time. She still did not hear what I said. So I stopped her. I said, look, listen. He said if he was to start over at 40 with a new relationship, he couldn't have a stay-at-home wife. She still sat there for a minute. I said, if he started over now, at 40, now. She said, oh, okay. This is how you know women, I don't know why it's that way, dog. I don't. They have a selective hearing. This is why you have to sometimes, you got to take breaks from them. You do. Or you will beat yourself down. You have to. You got to take a mental break from them. You have to. Because every time you talking to them, you can't always explain because it's going to drain you. Sometimes you got to walk away. Got to.
I'm leaving. I found a place. I can't do this anymore.
Okay. Do you need help with the heavy stuff?
Now you offer, now that I'm actually going?
I'm offering as a courtesy to a stranger.
Was any of it real? Did you ever actually love me? Or was I just a project you got bored with?
I loved you enough to let you go the second you asked. You're just mad that I actually went.
One word. Tell me you want me to stay, and I'll unpack everything. Right now.
I don't want you to stay, Maya. I want you to be right.
Right about what?
You said we'd be better off as friends. I'm just waiting for the better part to start.
The internet is down.
You see how even a cartoon, whoever made this, did a good job. But this is how a lot of people's lives play out. You got a lot of guys. I never even knew this. You have a lot of guys that are in sexless marriages. Hell, they got a girlfriend that they probably live with, or y'all got a place together. And she be talking to you grimy to the point you want 5 minutes of her turning into a dude so you can, I'm going to just say, it wouldn't be good for her. A lot of people got to wake up and realize that life is not that sweet. It's not. And I know a lot of times People try to make life seem sweet and comfortable, but it's not. Relationships are difficult. And I get it that the first thing people say, but they gotta have God first. Look, I'm gonna tell you something, man. You can have God in your relationship, but you know what? It's still gonna take two people. Just because both of you believe in God, that ain't gonna save your marriage. I don't know why you always see this from people. And I notice there's always people that ain't got no relationship that'll say this. Oh, you gotta keep God first. Yes, you keep God first. But if you both believe in God and y'all both go to church, that ain't gonna save your relationship. Relationships is not just built off of just going to church and just believing in God. Dog, you're talking about two people that are not God's. It's real life. Real life. When I look at other countries and I look at them and I compare them to the US, you realize the United States operate totally different. Operates totally different from China, Israel, Pakistan, Russia. They operate totally different. Can't go around here thinking that you're going to be able to have a sweet relationship today without work. But along with the work, two people got to be able to come together and be able to have that respect for one another. If you ain't got respect for one another, then hey, you might as well call it quits. And I hate when people say, well, you just can't walk away. Yes, you can. You got too many people today being unalived off of being in a relationship too damn long, and it turned real bad. And when it turned real bad, the first person that come on the news is the bitter woman, the bitter lady of the woman that got unalived, because most likely that's how it's going to happen most of the time. In most cases, dude done snap. Don't know what made him snap. Either he got pissed off, she wanted to bounce if he done invested so much money into her, or she leaving him because he probably cheated. Who knows? Women cheat just as much as men, so it doesn't change anything. We all fraudulent out this thing, but the problem is, don't nobody really work together. Everybody for self. So when you do get the good guy that's trying to look out and be the right person, he ends up turning into a sour because he ends up realizing that good man that he was before is now tarnished because what he went through, he can't go through again. That's how a lot of dudes end up switching up. I used to be. I think I changed that when I was like 23. 23, I had a different wake up call. And the reason why is because I was outside a lot. I'm 45 now. 45. I'm glad I got my own crib. Got my own spot, or should I say my own house, whatnot. Did my own renovation myself. These hands, look. These hands, man hands, baby. Look, these little calluses on the hand. When I work out, try to get my workouts in. I'm a man. Pause. I don't know. That sounds a little crazy. But I try to do the things I need to do in order to be a good representation for me and for my son to be able to see. My son seen me build from the scratch, from the beginning to damn near the end. And he seen me. He was with me. Still with me. He don't know nothing different. He only 8. And walk around with his tool belt while I'm doing stuff. Relationships today don't took a different role in how society goes about just being a couple. You got a bunch of women literally on social platforms talking crazy about men. And you be thinking to yourself, how the hell they not flagged? But then you see a man say one crazy thing about a female, all of a sudden their page gets clipped. or they pull the video down for targeting. But it's not targeting when you calling men bums, broke. If he don't make a certain amount, motherfucker, y'all don't make that much. I don't know who told y'all it was all these millionaire women out here. It is not. It's not. I'm out here. I'm out here. Matter of fact, crib I'm in right now is a 4. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on the 3rd floor. So the floor I'm on, 2nd, 3rd. So it's a 3-story. I had to think. Got a basement too, so that's 4. But the basement is in ground. So I'm in a 3-story. 3-story. A 3-story. I don't see that many women having all their ish together. How everything is portrayed online. And we're finding that out through this economy. The relationships we use for a scapegoat to be able to lift their spirits and their careers. Anytime I see a female leave a dude after she done got her career started and he done helped her, and they look at this dude like, well, he's a good guy. Why do you want to hear that? Nobody want to hear that. You wonder why you see a lot of things happening where as though don't nobody make it to the end of time. They end up having a funeral early off of disrespecting people's time. See, this is the problem that women don't get. The way you look at money is not the same way men look at money. We don't look at money the same. You know how y'all look at money? Y'all look at money as something we can still get it. You know how men look at money? I need that money so I can maintain and provide and keep a roof over our heads so our kids can be able to still survive. They don't look at a man don't look at his money and say, how can I get the next whip? Even though my girl right there and my kid right there, I know I need that new whip. We don't think like it. We don't think of it that way. But y'all get y'all bread and y'all want to take endless amounts of goddamn trips. How many goddamn trips can you go on? Doing the same duck lips. Tired of y'all. Decrepit asses. Like, just stink. And a lot of y'all motherfuckers. All right, man. Yeah. Look, man. Look, stay up. Stay up. I ain't gonna go on no rant. Look, man. And look, it's time to move smart today. Move smart. That's all I'm saying. Peace.